Hello, everybody. Welcome back to Reality Realnesss with 3S's. I'm your host, Chantele Francis, here to talk about the finale, part 2 of the challenge, season 41. And with me to do it is Matthew. How are you doing tonight, Matthew?
I'm good. I'm sad the season's over. I can't say I had the most fun watching part 2 of the final. I typically don't love watching people climb for 90 minutes straight. The last time I really enjoyed that was the movie Free Solo, which was quite awesome. But it was fine. I mean, it was what it was. I kind of wish it was one part, but overall, I'm happy with how things turned out for the most part, and really happy with a awesome season, and sad that it's over.
I have to agree. I think it was a great season. There was maybe like one kind of dud episode. I can't even remember which one it was, but like for the most part, I enjoyed every episode. I was engaged the whole time. I found it entertaining, which is shocking. Usually the last 10 episodes are kind of a yawn. And so I think overall season 41 was a really good season. The best probably in the last like 8 or 9, like maybe even 10. Like I don't remember what the last good one was.
Yeah, I'm honestly, I put it as the best season since War of the Worlds, and like that's
what, 34?
34 was War of the Worlds 2, I believe. So 33, yeah. And that's including all the All-Star seasons we got, including the CBS ones. Like I think this was better than all of those.
I think, well, I do still have the nostalgia for like the first and second All-Stars because it was just like so fun seeing everybody back. But in terms of being a well-rounded season with the competitive aspects of it, with the entertaining aspects of it, with the strategy aspects of it, I think it was a really well-rounded season on top of it being entertaining. So, I think you're right. It might have edged out some of my favorite All-Star seasons too. Wow.
Yeah. I just think they really did a good job of leaning into like what makes the show great. And it's like there's something for everyone. And I feel like the last few seasons kind of lost track of that. And it was like leaning way too heavily into the athletics. And then obviously like the cast was like very repetitive as well. This season took a lot of swings with the cast, the editing choices, like the going out more, like post-COVID, like now they're at the bars every episode and everything just hits.
Bus scenes. We're getting bus scenes.
Yeah. Like there was like during the COVID stage and like post-COVID, it was all like they were only partying in the house. Like they would set up like a mini bar in the house and it just didn't hit the same way. This season, even like the penultimate episode, we were getting fights at the bar and we just weren't getting that for the better part of 5 years.
Now, I mean, maybe somebody in the chat can let us know, but like, has there been a change in like the editors or in some of the producers? Like, has there been a shift of some sort as to why, even like the little clips that were entertaining with Nani, seeing like stars and the train ride when she's talking about sleeping with Will, like that's something that they don't always lean into that type of thing. And so have you noticed or have you heard of anything that's different as to why we got such an energetic, we'll say, season?
I haven't heard of any like major changes up top. Part of me wonders if like because the future of the show is at best like murky, maybe they're like trying to go all out and create entertainment, and like maybe they're trying a different approach. That's all I can really think of, but I haven't heard of any like new showrunners or anything like that.
So we got a lot of people joining us today for this finale recap. Bloody Money says this is a B grade this season. What grade would you give this season?
Oh, I would give it an A+.
I think it gets an A+ too.
Like to me, like it would be a top 10 season of all time for me.
Wow. Now, okay, you said it could be like what kind of things, what other seasons are you comparing it to if you could think off the top of your head, and what could make it, move up or down in your rankings?
Yeah, I mean, I'm interested to see how it goes on a rewatch. I mean, any season could always be better. I think like the top seasons, like free agents, rivals. It's like those seasons are great because you are War of the Worlds, like I mentioned earlier. You're getting great rookies, but also like the vets are doing a little bit more. Like the one knock on this season is the vets, especially on the male side, were kind of duds. So it's funny that like the flaw of this season is the male vets just did not show up to play for the most parts. Yeah, I mean,
want to know, would it still be A+ if Turbo would have won?
Yeah,
I actually was kind of rooting for them to win, to be honest.
I didn't really care who won. And honestly, like I say this every season, like I really just don't care that much who wins regardless. Like that isn't going to change the quality of season for me. Like, I mean, if someone that's like a despicable person wins, then like maybe that would sour me a little bit. But like for all intents and purposes, like Olivia and Yeremi are fairly inoffensive. So I'm not any lower on the season because they won.
Yeah, I mean, the reason why I kind of wanted them to win because I felt that like Sydney did work really, 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 really hard, and I do think Sydney deserved the win. Not saying that Yeremi and Olivia didn't, because they definitely played a really great game. Even Yeremi, like I didn't love it in the end because like when he staked to claim, I guess stake to claim. Is it ED? Was it that kind of? Anyways, when does he stake a claim? And he got Olivia. I didn't love that move, but it was the best move for him, you know. And so the fact that like he kind of didn't allow himself to get voted out, and he was able to win with Olivia. I mean, I think that he definitely also had a pretty excellent first season. So like obviously like Yeremi and Olivia are well deserving of this win. I just was kind of rooting it for Sydney because she had been dragging Turbo up that mountain. I felt that she deserved to have the win there.
Yeah, that's fair. I also kind of agree with Willie now that I think about it a little more. Like maybe this is like more of like an A- or A season, and like for me, I'm thinking like A+, like in the context of like the 30s and 40s. So like for the modern challenge, like it's hard to compare any season now to a season from 2008. It's like same as Survivor. It's like the new era, a good new era season is like not even comparable to a good old school season. But like if there's a great new era season there, like it could be an A+ new era season, right, but it's like an A- or B+ in the Survivor sphere, and that's probably the same as the challenge. Like I don't think we're ever getting like the madness of like the infernos and the gauntlets and all that fun stuff. But rivals, like we're not ever gonna get that again. But like this is the closest that we can get there.
New era greatness, we'll say. Do you agree with Dejan here that 39 was more entertaining? Is that Battle for a New Champ? Is that one?
Yeah, I do like 39 quite a bit. I will say this season is more entertaining than 39.
I mean, this season, if we had Nerys on it, like that would have been kind of fun. And then I think that it would probably edge out for sure anybody that loves 39. I didn't love 39, but I definitely loved Nerys on that season. Nerys and Horacio and them being kind of together. Like obviously Horacio didn't bring that much entertainment wise, but I like that he was there for Nerys. But yeah, I don't think I found it more entertaining personally.
I think 39, like the plus of 39 was there was like a few really big moments, like very memorable moments. Like you had Olivia turning on Nerys, which was just like one of the craziest moments we've seen on the show. We had Nerys beating Horacio and Kyland, which was huge. So there were those kind of moments, but as a whole, the season like felt like more of a slog to get through, especially because every other week there was a non-elimination with all the vets coming in.
Oh god, it takes the wind out of your sails. It's just the momentum just gets killed. Yeah,
it was like that was just not fun about 39. It had really bad formatting. I do think 41's format was pretty good for the most part. I don't necessarily love them like switching partners every week at the beginning, but like they switched that halfway through, and the second half format was quite a bit stronger in my opinion.
So Jorge here says, I was a big fan of the final. I hated that as usual, the first date didn't give any advantage, basically. Also, waiting for an opponent for the checkpoints was also something I didn't like. I definitely agree with you, Jorge. That's another reason why I feel bad for Sydney and Turbo a bit, because if it was strictly on the racing portion of it, and they were allowed to keep their times, they weren't going to be equalized, they would have been the stronger contenders and they would have won this race. And so they say it's a race and get to the finish line, but then they keep on having all these equalizers, which, yes, it makes it more maybe compelling TV, maybe. But if I was a racer, I'd be pissed if I lost my lead and then like now someone is able to come and beat me.
Yeah. To be honest, like when I started watching the episode and it was kind of made clear at the beginning, like, oh, we're going to just race up the mountain and that's going to be the final. I immediately thought, like, there's no way Yeremi and Olivia lose. And the only time I started to doubt that was when they lost the checkpoints. Because then I'm like, oh, well, now it's a race. Because just a straight race up, Olivia and Yeremi would have smoked. The only reason it was close at the end was because they had that 10-minute penalty, or more than a 10-minute penalty, because they had to play 3 games too. So if they have like a 20-minute penalty, without that, it would have been even further up. They would have been further apart, which then I would have felt really bad for Sydney and Turbo, because it's like, well, we just dominated day one, and then you're telling us now it's just a foot race and the only advantage we have is an extra hour of sleep. Yeah. So it would have been bad. Like, to be fair to Yeremi and Olivia, because they lost that checkpoint, they had to like bust their asses to win.
Yes.
So that made it a little bit more palatable to me.
Yes. And I just have to like just be frustrated because we talked a little bit about spoilers being leaked. So I was kind of spoiled that somebody wrote, maybe it was in a comment of like a YouTube video or like an Instagram post or something. It was like, well, it doesn't matter, Olivia wins anyways. And I was like, are you kidding? Like, that's how I'm gonna get spoiled in the season. I'm like, maybe they're just being facetious and like it's not the real thing. Like, at that point, it didn't look like she was necessarily gonna win. It was before she was even with Will. Like, it was pretty early on. But like, I hate having that over my head, thinking like the ways that she's going to win. It's just so frustrating with watching the season when you haven't, like, you're just kind of like waiting to see if that person is right or wrong. So please, people, stop writing winners. If it's not a spoiler page or a spoiler account, please, like, I try to avoid things. I do read comments because I'm interested in the challenge and what's going on, but I don't want to be spoiled on the final, like the finale of a season, especially 2 months into it. And then you can explain your little situation as well.
And I will say, if there are spoilers, I mean, some people like to look at spoilers. Like, I like to look at casting spoilers, like that. Like, I like that. I like to know who's going to be on the cast, and then I try to stay away as best as I can once like filming starts. But yeah, it's like tough sometimes. Like, you look at a comments, like you scroll on Twitter, and like sometimes you'll see something, and it's like, oh shit, well, now I know this person doesn't win. But I try to avoid it as much as I can. The funniest thing to me, I was going to say actually, what people can do if you are into spoilers and you see people posting spoilers on these videos, you can always just post random people that don't win. And then we'll never know which spoiler is real or not. So just if you're going to post who wins, also post fake winners. So we'll never know which is true or not.
Yes.
But the more concerning thing is the official challenge social page posted like 2 or 3 days before this episode aired the final interviews with the finalists. So they're talking about winning or losing, and they accidentally posted it on either TikTok or Instagram or both 2 days early. And I swear every year the social media team like fucks up and accidentally posts something. We were saying offline that last year, like 2 months before the final, they filmed the reunion, and then there was posts of them filming the reunion, and there was like a call sheets of all the finalists and like where the finalists were going to be sitting, and they just fully revealed the 10 people that made the final when there was like 6 or 7 episodes to go. So there's always these blunders with the challenge. They obviously don't care that much about spoilers because I feel like they could put a kibosh to it, but they are just very lazy with how they protect the outcome of their own show.
So Dejan here says, I think the person on production who posted the final thoughts and spoiled it was the person who took Michaela and Cedric's rope. Now, okay, we'll go through the episode eventually, but there's not that much to like really go through. Yeah. But this was an interesting part. They could easily take a look at footage as to who has this rope. And we do get a mini confessional of Theo saying like, well, I think it's my rope. I'm not sure, but like, why were they trying to pad people to be able to have a better chance? Like, did they not want Cedric and Michaela to do well? Why do you think they didn't just out whoever stole the rope?
They must have stopped filming like when they either went to sleep or at some point they must have stopped filming. But I'm curious what could have possibly happened there. I saw Theo posted on Twitter that he thinks it was production that moved it or something. So it must have been something off camera. But yeah, that was really unfortunate and really unfair to Michaela and Cedric.
Like, that's so effing annoying that like it's not distinguishable each person's rope, and that like there was like a certain place that you should keep it. Like, you know, you put your keys in a certain little spot when you come home from work. Like, you should have a place to put your rope when you're taking a nap, you know?
And it's also like, where could the rope have gone? It's like either someone threw it in the fire or production took it away. Like, even if Theo or someone else took the rope, they were like not going very far. It's like the middle of the night. It's like they're in a tent. It's freezing. Yeah, but like even maybe Theo took it, but took it where? Like, where could it have gone?
But like, could Theo's rope have been in his tent still? You know, and he just didn't look properly. Like, I just don't understand why there wasn't more looking for the rope.
Yeah, that's why I do kind of think Theo's telling the truth, and maybe someone from production, like the overnight
like
person.
Drama?
No, not even that. Like, maybe like the overnight person just accidentally took it, like thinking like they were done with it, like clean up. And then the daytime crew comes in and the rope's just gone. It's like, well, if that's the case, like you just fucked them over, because maybe Michaela and Cedric come in second place without the rope. It didn't seem like they were going to, but you never know.
Yeah, the rules were don't lose the rope. Make sure you keep hold of the rope for sure. So with that being the rules, and then like a rope is missing, like it's also kind of seems like production was doing this for some drama.
You think production would do that?
Well, maybe, because it just seems so sketch. Make sure, unless that was a voiceover. I don't remember actually.
Yeah.
Was it a voiceover? Did you see TJ say this?
I feel like everything with TJ is a voiceover, to be honest.
So they just fix everything in post. No big deal.
Yeah.
Well, they did say don't move the ropes no matter what, and then somebody loses a rope, which is crazy. So I don't know. Maybe they did it to Theo and Adrienne just because they knew that they were going to lose no matter what, and then Theo is more sly and he just took another rope.
Yeah. I mean, the only explanation I can think of is like production must have been production. I don't think it was Theo. Like, Theo is like, he is like a menace, but I don't think Theo is like chucking a rope like 100 feet away. There's no way.
No, I don't think that Theo is hiding the rope, but I think Theo may have misplaced his rope and picked up the closest rope to him, which might have been Cedric's rope, and didn't pick up his own rope. That's what I think could have made
it. I could see that being the case.
For sure. With Theo. Bloody Money here says, once knows we know that Don't Deal or No Deal Island got canceled. Yes, we do.
Yeah, I'm not like completely surprised.
Of course not.
Yeah, I enjoyed it somewhat. Like it was like kind of cheesy, but it was like fun to see some familiar faces back. And I think like it was good for what it was for a couple of years, but I never really thought it was going to last much longer.
Well, I think for me, what the problem is with Deal or No Deal Island is that not that many people know who David is. And so bringing somebody from Australia to win the largest prize money in America that America's ever seen, more than Squid Game, it's just, I don't know. I just would be like, kind of like, meh. Like, and then, you know, it probably costs a lot to insure the next season. Like they just, I don't think it was worth it for them to have David on the show and then win, what was it, 6 million, 8 million? Like, what crazy amount was it?
6 mil, yeah. Yeah, there'll be another show that's like, they'll come up with another show where they'll bring people back. I mean, Traders is as hot as it's ever been. So it sucks, but like, not too upset about it.
I didn't think it had legs. I was thinking, I'm like, oh, maybe I'll try to get on it. But
that would be the best show to get on,
right? Right. But like, other than that, I was like, I mean, yeah, not that great. But let's talk a little bit about this final. Another like womp womp. So they left the part one with like, ooh, you could stake a claim and you could choose anybody. And Michelle did point out last week that they would have showed us who did that if like anybody was going to stake a claim. And we get started into the middle of the episode. We get one little confessional from Sydney being like tempted because she's been doing all the heavy lifting for day one. And then nobody stakes a claim. What do you think about this as a potential twist?
Yeah, I didn't think anyone was going to, but I actually think Sydney should have done it because there's no way the challenge would have been like climb up a mountain, because that's what they were already doing. I feel like it would have been like a crapshooty thing or a little puzzle. Like I think it would have been something like where they were doing it stagnant. There's no way they would have had them race. So I actually think it would have made sense for Sydney to try to get with Yeremi there. Yeremi, like, I mean, I don't think it mattered that much for him. But for Sydney, like she was like already kind of butting heads with Turbo, and Yeremi was like clearly the strongest dude there. So I think I think she should have done it. But I mean, without knowing what the challenge is, like, I guess it's like, I don't blame anyone for not doing it.
Wouldn't it be the same that they've always did? Because I think it was the same before. Like they would have done something pretty similar. Maybe it wouldn't have been up a mountain, but maybe it'd been a run to a distance and do that same puzzle.
No? I really think it would have just been something like on the spot. Like, do you remember in 39 when Corey Lay like challenged Jay? And it was like I think it was like a little like run to like get a like piece of a puzzle. And then it was like doing a puzzle on the spot. They did that in the final. And then I think Nerys challenged Mariah to something. Or
I kind of remember this, but like also like.
But those ones were like during the final and they were stagnant things. Like it was minimal running. So I feel like it would have been the same.
We also got though Cedric saying last episode that like, or no, Michaela saying like, hey, like I feel bad that I'm like a dead weight for Cedric here. I want him to have a chance to win. Like she was going to like encourage him to stake a claim, and he did not. I wish that like we could hear a little bit more about that being talked through.
Yeah.
Nada.
Yeah, I think it would have been interesting, and I'm sure like now. Like looking back on it, Sydney probably wishes that she just did it, because would have been. She
would have won 100%. Like, well, no, I think she still would have won, but they would have done not too great on the Connect 4 checkpoint. So, but I think they still would have been able to overtake everybody.
Yeah, and that would have been really interesting if 2 rookies won the season. would have been cool. Although Olivia's a first-time winner, and Olivia has to be the first Love Island winner. Yeah, definitely the first.
As far as I can think of, yeah, because like before this was Rachel, Jenny, and what's his name? Jordan. And then the one before was Emmanuel.
Yeah.
And then who was 38?
That was Devin and Tori. Is Tori,
right? Yeah.
Are Tori and Olivia the only women from dating shows to win the challenge?
I mean, I think so. Who else has been like Cam?
Cam's not one, yeah.
All the other people that like haven't even made it far.
I guess Kaz, but that was a spinoff.
That's different.
Yeah. So yeah, I mean, kudos to Olivia. I think so. Olivia's the first Love Island winner, second Love Show woman winner, and the second CBS winner as well.
First pregnant winner, I think.
First pregnant winner. Maybe not. Who knows with this show? But I feel like Olivia has cemented like quite a legacy here. And yeah, I think other than it's the only CBS winners are Casey and Olivia, correct? I don't think there's been a male CBS winner.
Well, on the USA, but yeah.
Other than like the CBS versions. So kudos to Olivia.
Amber B.
Oh, right. Okay, there's a CBS winner. Yeah.
Yes, Nerys is a winner in my heart too. She should have won for the women. Second pregnant. Well, not pregnant winner because the other pregnant person, she came third, right? Melissa?
I think she DQ'd.
Or DQ'd,
so I don't even think she placed, yeah.
Somebody else pregnant? Natalie Anderson.
Yeah, I don't know who else would have won while pregnant.
Oh, pregnant while wedding the final. Okay, just kidding. Okay. Yes, Nerys is the winner in my heart. Hopefully that she is going to get a chance to come back. I hope that whatever band she's on or whatever she's done to make them not put her on this season, I hope that's over.
I think she'll be back next season.
Well, it's because especially like Olivia likely will not be back. Do you think she actually retired, or is this someone just saying that she's retired because she has a baby?
No, I doubt it. I think I saw her say that she's like going to take a couple seasons off, and makes sense. She just gave birth, obviously, so I'm sure she won't be on the next season or two, but I'd be pretty surprised if she's not back.
So what they're going to have to do next is over the overnight portion where they're standing on the log and they can switch turns who's sleeping, but if they fall asleep and fall off the log, then they have to switch with their partner. So because they got first place in the first part of the final, Sydney and Turbo get 6 hours. They only have to do the log trade-off for 6 hours. Second place, which was Michaela and Cedric, 7 hours. Third place, 8 hours with Yeremi and Olivia. And then fourth place is pretty much all night long, 10 hours-ish or so. Yeah, I think it's a pretty whack consolation for being so dominant in day one of the final. Like, I would be pissed if I was Sydney. Sydney might not want to come back because it's kind of like a Tyson thing. Like, it's just the rules are so shoddy.
Yeah. This was not great at all, especially considering like you're only sleeping half the time, like with the log anyways. Turbo may have
falling asleep. Like maybe some people can't sleep like that. I mean, I could,
yeah,
but like some people can. They're not great sleepers.
So it's like you're literally just getting 1 extra hour of sleep. It's nothing. It's like you're getting basically no advantage there. So that did really suck. I think Sydney will come back though. I know she's like kind of teased like, oh, I don't think I'm going to come back. And then she'll also
Did she have a baby and then she's running a marathon, or is that like crazy?
Sydney?
Yeah. I could have, well, maybe she just was saying something, but like, I was like, what? She was pregnant? She had a baby? Like, but so no? Okay.
I don't think so. Yeah.
Okay.
I don't think so. Sydney like likes to play games with the audience. So I could definitely see her coming back. They'll definitely want her to come back for sure. So she'll get the call next season.
So what would you do if you were standing on these logs overnight? Adrienne's pretty bored, so they're playing the alphabet game. It's kind of funny because Turbo is not. What did he said for? He said D for what? Like Tomato. That's kind of funny. But is there any games that you'd like to play to pass the time?
I mean, I would definitely be of the mind of like quiet as possible. Like I would be very frustrated. I don't like, yeah, for me, like I'd be able to stand up there for a long time, but I would just have to be in a zone. And I feel like Adrienne would have driven me absolutely crazy. So yeah, no, there wouldn't be any games that I would really want to play. I would just want to like be alone in my thoughts. Yeah.
Just concentrate. I mean, I think I could do either because it's not that painful. If it was painful, I would need silence for sure. But since it's just standing there, like I might want to play a game just to distract myself. So, but I wouldn't want to hear Adrienne talk the whole time though. That would drive me nuts. So yeah, maybe I'd choose silence over games if Adrienne's there.
Yeah, in like a scenario like this, I mean, I always like in like Survivor when they ask like Jeff, like when Christian asks like Jeff Probst a million questions. Like I think that's kind of funny. Like maybe if like TJ or like CT or like someone legendary was there, I would just like use that time to ask them a million questions. Like, hey, like CT, I know we didn't like have much time to talk during the season, but can you tell me about like the challenge number 6 or tell me like about you and DM, like tell me like about your relationship. Like I would want to like know those things that like don't get talked about much on the show.
That's fun. That's fun.
I feel like that could be fun, but like the people that were there, it's like, what am I going to talk to like Turbo about? I don't want to talk to Turbo for like 6 hours.
Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, Turbo was there at that time with Cedric and Adrienne. Is that who was there?
Yeah, I would like if there was like fun people there. Like I would want the lore of like the challenge, the real world, like all the like fun stuff that I've watched over the years. But
oh yeah, because there was no like OGs like in the finals, so you would never have had that opportunity.
Yeah, exactly. Like Cedric, like I already know too much about him from the live feed, so I don't need to know more about Cedric. We've watched that guy like while he's like brushing his teeth and like making dinner. Like, I don't need to ask him questions.
Yeah, boring. So I was like, ugh, more talk about Michaela's ankle. I was like, oh gosh, like this really sucks. So she's like, I need to rest my ankle. I need more time for my ankle. I'm like, what's wrong with her ankle? Why is it so weak? It's so frustrating. And I was like, she's not going to win. It's too much talk about the ankle.
Yeah. Yeah. It was like, even like dating back like the last couple weeks, like it felt like it was really an uphill battle, no pun intended, for Michaela. But like it would have had to have been like one of those finals where it's just like a lot of checkpoints and like not a lot of running, especially uphill. This was like the absolute worst case scenario for Michaela and Cedric.
Yeah, like up a mountain with like rocks that move around. Like, oh my god, terrible. So we do hear a bit of a voiceover from Olivia talking about how she was a target in the beginning. I actually don't think she was a target in the beginning. Well, we never got to see whether she was going to be a target or not in the beginning, because from what I saw, she was aiming at Johnny, and then Johnny's team started retaliating. So do you think that she would have been a target if she didn't go for Johnny first?
It's tough to say because Johnny did go after Olivia and her people last season. Mm-hmm. So I think
they were playing together though. They're all vets, right?
Yeah, but I feel like it would have come to a point where Bananas lost on his own accord. Like he came in last in the daily. So technically Olivia didn't go for Bananas. I mean, she was against him, but I do feel like Bananas would have gone after Olivia's side regardless. So
really, but like I feel like she was saying like she was a target from the beginning. Like I don't know if she was automatically a target if she had to start going full force against Bananas, gathering up her UK alliance and like aiming at him.
Yeah.
It would happen maybe eventually, but just like, I just feel like she caused herself to be the target for the very, very beginning.
Oh, totally. Yeah. Olivia had a really strong like first few episodes, and then it kind of started to crumble, and she became more of a target and on the bottom and like the mid game. But yeah, I mean, she definitely wasn't a target right from the get go. I think you're right. I think Bananas would have kept her safe for at least a little bit.
Mm-hmm. And like, as long as it served him keeping the vet side strong, like I think he would have kept it there and have her be kind of maybe a shield eventually down the road. But like, I don't think he would have aimed at her as quickly as he did because she was coming for him.
I think Bananas fears social women. I think like people like Olivia, Michelle, like Tori, like I think he fears women like that because they are very good at like getting people to like them for the most parts. And he wants like no offense to the women that he works with typically, but he wants to find women that he can put under his wing. And he wants he likes to work with women, but he likes to work with women that will listen to what he wants to do. And I think like Olivia and Michelle, they just have too many friends. Like they're social butterflies, and that's their game. And I think that scares someone like Bananas.
Yeah, I think you are right. Then right after we get another soundbite from Olivia when she's like, she came here with a purpose. She stopped drinking. She was exercising, working out, hiking. She came here to win. I was like, ooh, that does sound like a winner's soundbite. Did you clock that as well?
I did, but there were later points in the episode where there were confessionals where like she looked like very emotional, and I was starting to second guess it, but I did clock that and was like, my antennas were definitely up.
Theo has his own winner voiceover, but I'm like, he's not winning this one. I didn't buy it at all. I was like, so the next morning we learned that Cedric lost his rope. We talked about this already a little bit, and I was like, of course Theo is like, the questionable one about the rope. It's just very interesting that it had something to do with Theo and that he made a comment about it. So I think he knows that like he might have something to do with the missing rope or taking the wrong rope.
Yeah.
Okay, so basically the second day is going to be a race to the summit of the mountain. There's going to be a few checkpoints along the way. Turbo talking about how his lungs aren't super powerful, that he doesn't run at like high altitudes. Like this is not great for him. And I'm like, hasn't he seen other seasons of the challenge where this could be a possibility? Like he's always so prepared. He's, remember a couple seasons or his first season or second season, he would be running on the treadmill after eating a whole chicken. He was doing things to prepare himself. Why didn't he do something to prepare himself for elevation? Because elevation is pretty standard.
Yeah. Yeah. It's like this is like one of the most common things that you will have to do in a final. It's like you're running up mountains. That it happens every few seasons. It's very, very common. And you would think that, Wes actually had a pretty good post about that's where it's like you could prepare yourself, but when you actually get into the challenge house, it's like a marathon runner preparing and then stopping for 3 months and then running the race. So it's like you can be prepared, but when you like are in the house, it's impossible to like stay prepared because like your whole body clock changes. Your preparation in the house is different. So I kind of get that. But yeah, it seemed like there was not a lot of faith from Turbo earlier on. Mm-hmm. And ultimately they did pretty well. So they did okay, but yeah, you'd like to see a little more, but I do kind of understand Wes's point as well, where it would be hard to like maintain your like peak athleticism when you're drinking in the house and like
I doubt
lounging
Turbo
around.
drinks. He doesn't seem like he's a drinker. Does he? I don't know. I would be doing something. I don't know what it would be to keep training, but if he knows, like everybody's kind of mentioning that his kryptonite is the cold, his weakness is the cold, there should be some sort of training that he could be doing to, I don't know what it is, but there has to be something that he could be doing to allow himself to be better in those circumstances, because cold is also pretty standard, the challenge. It's like cold, hot, cold, hot, cold, hot, cold, hot, you know?
Mm-hmm.
So Cedric gets a 5-minute penalty. Do you think that was a fair penalty?
No, I think it was like pretty BS. I get it. Like, hold on to your rope. Like, I guess they could have brought the rope into the tent with them, and like they probably should have done that. But yeah, it was a little too much for me. Like, I think like a stern talking to would have sufficed.
Right. So unless, but do you know what, maybe the 5 minutes, if they weren't all leaving at the same time, if they got to keep maybe their times from the day before, maybe I would can vibe with it a little bit. But the fact that it's like it's just a deficit from being equalized, it's just kind of annoying. Like, yeah, big time. So in this checkpoint 7, they have 4 trivia questions about their teammate. Did you know any of these questions or answers?
I knew the Survivor 41 for Sydney.
Agreed. Check. Me too.
I knew Big Brother 25 for Cedric.
No, he's 27.
Oh.
Wait, no, 20.
Now
I'm forgetting. Wait, 25 was Suri, wasn't it?
Were we just on 28?
We're on 20. I don't remember. I think he's 26.
Okay, well, I guess I would have got that wrong then.
I think maybe I'm wrong. Chat, am I wrong? 27 is 27 Chelsea?
What's just happened?
Oh my god.
Were we just on 28?
I just talked about this season.
We're 29, was it?
No, it's not 29. I don't think. It's 27. I think this season was 27.
Oh.
I think
I don't know. When Big Brother ends,
he was on 26. Yeah, because Series 25 is on the season after. I think the most recent season was 27. Who the F won it?
No, Cedric wasn't. Was Cedric
the season
last
after
season?
Suri?
So Cedric was last year?
Cedric was with Rubina and Tucker. And then there's only been 1 year since, I think.
Who won this last season?
I don't even remember who was on it right now.
Keanu won America's Favorite.
Rachel Riley.
Ashley won. Okay, yeah. Ashley won. Oh, yeah, Ashley, Chelsea. So yeah, he was 26, I guess. So I knew. I honestly have no idea what Amazing Race season Yeremi was on. I know he was on Amazing Race, but that I don't know.
I knew everybody's birthdays.
I did not know that. Did they ask what season Olivia was on? I would have got that right for sure.
I think it asked what show she came from.
Love Island 3, she was, right? Yeah. Okay, so
I didn't know anybody's middle name though.
No, I only would have got what shows people came from, I think.
I thought that was a good questionnaire though, like just to see what people what they know about their partners.
And
the middle name was
Michaela,
crazy.
I could have got Michaela shows too. That was Survivor 33 and 34.
What was her middle name?
I forget. She
said something and it sounded like my middle name. I'm like, do you know my middle name?
I do not. What is it?
Renee. What's
What's
your middle name? Do you have one?
I do. Benjamin.
Benjamin. You look like a Benjamin middle namer.
Do I?
I think so. What's Michelle's middle name? I think it's like, hold on. I know it. Michelle. Actually, hold on. I can figure it out. I think it's Rebecca, I think. I think it's Rebecca. I could be wrong, though. Michelle, if you're watching it, what's your middle name?
I did actually like this as a checkpoint, though, as well. I thought this was pretty good. It was, like, easy to follow, and I did like if you got it wrong, you had to do something. Like even if it was just like run a little bit, pick up a piece, like getting something wrong, you should have to exert a little bit more energy. So I did like that as opposed to just like being able to re-answer until you get it right. this was pretty good. And I also liked how you had to go get the piece that you thought you were wrong about, but you theoretically
Sure.
you could have been wrong about that. So I did like this checkpoint.
Yes. But Michelle's middle name is Rachel. Did I say? I said Rebecca. It's Rachel. Okay. Anyways, so got Rachel, Renee, and Benjamin.
And last season, Rachel, thanks to the karma points, overtook Michelle in the final. So
this is true.
It's the Michelle prophecy.
Oh, and you know what though? Speaking of, his prophecy did come true. I remember you were saying like if they go down more than 3 times, is the prophecy still true? I would say yes, his prophecy was accurate. She said that he would be in 3 eliminations. He was in 4. So he was in 3 eliminations, and he did make it to the final. He did run the final. He didn't finish it, but he made the final. So I think that his psychic might get some new clients.
Yeah.
It's pretty good.
Yeah.
Pretty accurate for like coming out of like nowhere. Okay, so like everybody gets it wrong a few times. They have to run up and down. Sydney was correct. I don't think Sydney made any mistakes. Or didn't seem like it anyways. Yeah, anything else you want to say about this checkpoint? I agree. I liked it as well.
No, I thought it was good. I mean, Sydney is just very impressive overall. So I can't say enough like how impressed Sydney was in all facets of the game this season. And obviously that extended to even paying attention to Turbo, which probably pained her quite a bit. But she knew her shit when it came to Turbo. So impressed with Sydney, liked the design here. That's really it for this.
So Sydney and Turbo do end up leaving out first. So checkpoint 8, though, when they get to it finally, they have to wait for the next people to do Connect 4, which I think is really annoying. Like, I get it. It makes the race a little bit more compelling. They do it on the Amazing Race. They'll have like, especially when there's hours in between teams, all of a sudden everybody's on the same flight, or they have to wait for something to open up. So I get equalizing to make it still a race and still very compelling. But in something like the final for such a big amount of money, it really sucks to lose your lead and then have to wait for somebody who could potentially pass you in a stupid Connect 4 game. Now I'm good at Connect 4, so like I'd probably be out first, but I would be pissed that I had to wait for somebody and lose my lead.
Yeah. Yeah. Another thing I really did not like about this final, and it's not this final alone, it happens far too often, and it's really just unfair to the people that are doing well. So, I mean, if Sydney did decide not to come back because of the final and like her being potentially stripped of quite a bit of money, like I wouldn't necessarily blame her, but yeah, there was a few things here, this being one that was just really unfortunate for Sydney.
How are you at Connect 4?
I feel like I'd be okay. I haven't played in a while, but I'm pretty good at those kind of things. I feel like I wouldn't lose all 3, that's for sure. So
no way. Yeah. I mean, there's like ways to stop that from happening. It's kind of like tic-tac-toe. You just have to get things in a certain position and then you're guaranteed to win. So they clearly just don't know how to play those games, Olivia and Yeremi, because they kept losing and losing and losing and losing. I thought it was funny though, like because Turbo wasn't allowing Sydney to place things, and there was one time where she nearly placed something in the wrong spot, and they would have allowed the other team to win. And so she was just slightly re-humbled there for a second. She's like, "Okay, sorry, like I should have listened to you, Turbo." It was funny. So Turbo and Sydney win, so they're out first. We do see Theo and Adrienne beat Olivia and Yeremi. Olivia says that Theo beats her in these games all the time, which is funny. So they're out in second, which is a shocker. And then when Michaela and Cedric come, they beat Olivia and Yeremi again. And so they're in 4th place at this point, which is crazy. And I would be like, this is where we get a couple of confessionals from Olivia where she was kind of defeated and kind of saying like, I can't, like, I come so far and then I can't win. Like, I'm not good enough type of stuff. I did feel bad for her in this moment. And I was kind of thinking like, oh, maybe the spoilers were wrong. This is probably when you thought that too, right?
Yeah, this is the point where I started to like really think that Sydney and Turbo were going to win. And I honestly also never realized that like Olivia had like this like self-doubt. Like I don't think that's ever really been a big part of her story. Like I know like she's touched on a little bit of like her first season, like feeling like Horacio carried her, or like that was the perception by fans. But I didn't like I not that I like that Olivia felt this way, but I liked to see this side of Olivia where she's like kind of being more raw and authentic on screen. I feel like on Love Island, like she was like a little bit more like surface level and like didn't really her edit was fine, but like she didn't like come off as like super like relatable by any means. And then even like the first couple seasons of the challenge, I thought like, oh, she is a fun personality, and like she's this like bubbly, like good looking, like kind of Barbie beast, like kind of like a Jenna type role. So I was like really happy to see like this vulnerable side of her. And I'm like really enjoying Olivia a lot more through like social media now than I ever have. Like I'm enjoying her pregnancy and now like motherhood journey. I think this season was just like an epic season for her. And I thought this episode too was just like a great version of Olivia that we haven't seen much of over 5 seasons of TV.
Well, I think like part of like, I'm just putting together her story. Like I think she's from a family of girls and her father always wanted a boy and she's from Alaska. So she's probably always doing these maybe more typically boy type activities and maybe not feeling like she could live up to, a boy that maybe her dad always wanted or whatever. But then also being partnered with Horacio, and everybody's saying like, oh, like he wouldn't have done well if it wasn't for Horacio. And then coming back the next time and not doing quite, like still doing very well, but not doing quite as well as she did with Horacio. I think that's why she put in a lot of effort and energy into the training, coming back prepared because she really wanted to see if she could do it. And so, yeah, I think that's kind of might be where her self-doubt might have come from. And it's probably really, really great for her to overcome it because like, I think that it's going to change her life forever, not just like financially, but just the way she feels about herself and the way she operates in the world. So I think it's great for her as a human being to have this amount of growth throughout the season. I think it's pretty awesome.
Yeah. I also think her ending up with Yeremi instead of Will is like the biggest blessing in disguise for her. Like at the time they were upset. But the way like Yeremi,
no way that she would have won.
No, like they would have been like fighting the whole time. Will would have been treating her like shit. Yeremi was like similar to Horacio. Like he was like honestly
patient
like
and steady.
I think Yeremi was even more patient than Horacio. Like, I remember Horacio in that final was like really like getting like in the mini final with Olivia and in the final I think as well. Like he was like super competitive and was like really pushing Olivia like a little bit too hard. I think Yeremi was the perfect partner to get her over like the edge here and also like treat her with decency. So it kind of was like a full circle moment for her challenge career where she ends up with a similar type of person to Horacio. And she obviously proved that she didn't need him to carry her through the game.
Definitely. So Yeah, she doesn't really know the point anymore. She feels like she's too far behind. They have to also wait a 10-minute penalty after already losing the 3 Connect 4 games. But they are able to make some headway here. They're able to pass Michaela and Cedric. And so now they're in 3rd place. And then they're still slowly climbing up this mountain. And, well, pretty easily we're able to catch up to Theo and Adrienne. So now they're in 2nd place. And they don't see Sydney and Turbo at all, but they still are just making quiet progress, like up this mountain. At one point, Michaela slips again, and I scream because I'm just like, I just don't want her to like break her ankle and have to be medevaced out of there. I was just on such intense Michaela ankle watch this whole final. It was really, awful. But then they wanted to check her vitals at this point. She's like, no, because she knows if they say anything's bad, they will take her out of the game. But she does end up letting them check them in the end. What do you think of that whole scene?
I was worried. And this was after Theo and Adrienne were already disqualified, correct?
Say again, sorry.
This was after Theo and Adrienne were already disqualified.
Did I not write down that they?
I think it was.
Oh yeah, right after I said Theo and Adrienne quit. Yeah,
so
sorry.
When they did that, I was thinking they're gonna pull them too, because they weren't really showing Turbo and Sydney at all for like 15 minutes. Like they were only showing those bottom teams, and I was like thinking, okay, they're going to DQ Theo and Adrienne. They're gonna DQ Michaela and Cedric, and then the rest of the episode is going to be like, can Olivia and Yeremi pass them? So I was
also thinking, because I think it was on the challenge Instagram, they show Turbo being taken off by like the helicopter, and we see Devin in the comments like pussy chicken number 4, and I was like, oh my god, like maybe he gets taken off before, like maybe this is how Olivia and Yeremi win, is because they had to DQ right by the finish line. That's what I thought was going to happen.
Yeah, to be honest, what I thought was going to happen was similar to you, but I thought Olivia and Yeremi were going to pass them, and then Turbo was going to like,
no, that's so embarrassing.
Like his pride was going to be like, oh, well, they can't beat me normally, so I have to like pretend that I'm like fucking dying here. And I thought he was going to like exaggerate a little bit. I don't know what happened,
actually.
Well, I mean, kind of, but like no, because like he did finish, so I don't want to, like, I got to give him some credit. He finished and then got taken down. I was thinking, based on like the Instagram post, that it was going to be like immediately after they passed him, he was just going to do that.
I only saw Devin's comment. What did CT and Jordan say?
I don't know. I'm going to check right now.
Tell me. So we do get a sound bite. Actually, no, it's a confessional of Sydney saying that Turbo is the best partner, and that she's also the MVP of the season. Do we agree that Sydney is the MVP of the season?
I would say no, but I do think she is the MVP for the female rookies for sure. That I would definitely give her. But I don't think she's the MVP of the season. I think, to me, like that goes to Nani and Olivia. I think it was their season, and Michaela. Honestly, the three of them like really had strong seasons. Sydney is up there for sure, but I think Sydney competitively great, confessionals great, strategy great. But
entertainment.
I think she could have done more outside of the confessionals.
Right.
And to me, Olivia, Michaela, and especially Nani provided a lot more entertainment outside of confessionals. Agreed. So that's why I would have Sydney a little bit behind, but like still like a top like 6 or 7 overall on the season.
AK here is saying that Turbo almost got her hypothermia, so doesn't think that he was faking it.
No, I don't think he was faking it now. I just thought when I saw the video, that was what I was thinking was going to happen. But I don't think he was faking
show.
it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Actually, I'll do this comment after. So we see like Olivia and Yeremi see Turbo and Sydney in their sights, and they're slowly edging their way towards them. They're only 450 feet from the peak or the summit, but Turbo is dying, and I could not believe that they allowed like Olivia and Yeremi to pass them. And like even Sydney, though, I think Sydney was tired at this point. And they were just going. Do you think that maybe waiting around that 10 minutes allowed them to recoup a little bit? Or do you think it would have been better if they were able to just like power through the whole time? Like, or were they just younger and fitter? Like, what do you think is the reason why they were able to handle this mountain so well? I mean, she's from Alaska, so maybe she's used to the cold a little bit better. Maybe she's hiked in that type of environment before, so she's a little bit more familiarity, but so impressive.
Yeah. I mean, I think for Yeremi, like age, definitely, like this is something in his ballpark for sure. Olivia, like the temperature probably, to your point, like didn't impact her as much. So I think those are big reasons. And yeah, I think maybe the 10 minutes did help. I think like maybe they were able to just gather their legs a little bit, like take a few breaths and like proceed at like a nice pace.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I certainly think Michaela's ankle being messed up like also probably helped a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
Turbo kind of collapsing near the end helped. So they were the right pair. Like they were together the shortest amount of time, but they got something in their wheelhouse. Like we've heard like since the beginning of the season, Olivia's been working on her endurance, her cardio is much better. We know Yeremi like has an endless motor, so this was like the right final.
He knew that it was Yeremi's final to lose. Like he got to the top of the mountain first in the first episode and first on this last episode. So we definitely knew that he was going to do well if he got to the end.
If Yeremi stayed with Aviv, like Yeremi and Aviv win this final, and no disrespect to Olivia at all, but Yeremi would probably have won this with anyone. The only person that he may not have won with, I mean, I don't know if he would have won with Adrienne or even Michaela, I guess, because of her ankle. But yeah, I mean, Aviv, Olivia, Sydney, like he would have won with any of them.
He would have. He's definitely a beast. And I am happy for both of them. So Olivia and Yeremi are able to pass Turbo and Sydney. They put their keys in, they turn it, and they will be splitting $425,000. Holy. Team number 2 is going to be Sydney and Turbo. They're going to be splitting $50,000. It's so dramatic though, taking off the mountain with can I get off of here? Can I go? Like, take it off in an airlift. I thought it was pretty dramatic, but it's fine.
It's got to be the worst thing ever. Like you finish the final, especially if you don't win, and then you're like at the top of this mountain. You just lost $500,000 or whatever it was this year, and you just have to like stand around in the cold and like wait for a helicopter to come and like take you back to safety, to warmth. It's like, oh man, now I'm just like, I just did all of this. I lost, and I'm just standing on a mountain, like depressed, and have to stare at these people that are like smiling and cheering. That would be like one of the most miserable parts.
But I do wish though that, because like one thing I did like about some of the finals is like the first place team waits for the second team and they kind of congratulate, and everybody just is kind of like happy for each other for finishing. So I do miss that. And like, where's TJ? Like, why isn't he there to greet them? It's so like,
oh yeah, no TJ there.
No, so anticlimactic. Like TJ should be standing over there being like, you did it, you won, Olivia. Like, you know. So
maybe so the last moment we saw of TJ this season was just the penalty with Cedric and Michaela.
Yeah.
And there's no way he'll be at the reunion. So Wow, that's like a unceremonious way for TJ's season to end.
Well, people have been asking us if we've been watching his pre-episode show, and like I keep on forgetting about it. So I did not watch it today, but maybe he mentions that why he is not there at the end. Is it too cold for him?
Maybe, yeah.
So Michaela and Cedric do make it up the mountain. They will be splitting 25 grand, which is no sneeze. Nothing to sneeze at. I'll take 12 and a half grand. I know they get taxed there, which is annoying, but like I'll take 10 grand after taxes.
And they get their like weekly stipend, although Michaela's only done 2 seasons, so she probably isn't getting that much. She's probably close to a rookie pay scale.
Yeah, so what's that, like $1,000 a week?
Yeah, probably.
And so what, they're there for like 8 weeks, so another 8-10 grand maybe.
Yeah.
So she's walking away with like 20 grand after the season, maybe.
Yeah, maybe a little more. She might get like an appearance fee. Yeah, I'm sure she gets something just for showing up.
Okay, they're gonna have a live tomorrow around 11 a.m. Vegas time. Okay, 2 p.m.
I wonder who will be on the challenge podcasts this week. Probably Yeremi and Olivia.
Yeremi and Olivia. It's probably the winners. The winners. Okay, so I did manage to keep track of all of our points. Let me see if Fanta can get here so I can share this with her while you're here. 16 minutes. How about now? Now, we just finished talking out.
Who was your MVP for the season?
I mean, Nani. I'm a Nani's girl. I been defending Nani. People are like, oh, you just like Nani, even though she's an adult, but she's so messy. She shouldn't be acting this way. I'm like, leave the girl alone. She's an entertaining person on TV. I don't want someone to be boring on TV. I don't want people on TV that are acting their age. Okay, that's boring. So yeah, I think Nani would be my MVP for the women. But obviously, Michaela, close second for me, and Olivia. Like, I think the same 3 that you chose. I don't know if you specifically had an order. For the guys, Theo, I get like he was entertaining. He pissed me off a lot of the time, but he's probably top entertainment spot. I don't know who my second and third are, though.
Yeah, I think Theo did have a really good season for the men. Justin, I think for me, is someone that was up there too, is like an underdog. And I think Will, just for like the sheer chaos that he brought, so those were some standouts for me. Yeah, the hate that Nani gets, especially on like Instagram and Facebook, it's like,
get out of here,
so crazy. So, like someone similarly said something about Nerys. Nerys had like Nerys was like doing a live, and she said something about how someone asked her about America, like one of like the America CBS stands asked Nerys, oh, what did you think of America? And Nerys was just like, oh, like she seems fine, but she wasn't like a big part of the season. Like I don't really have that many thoughts on her because I don't watch Big Brother, and she like was kind of irrelevant on the challenge, which like, I mean, kind of fair. Like she wasn't like a huge part of the edit, and they edited out like her drunken escapades. And then everyone was like bashing Nerys and
for not knowing that America is amazing, like, or whatever. Like,
yeah, like they're like saying like, what has Nerys ever, like all these like the crazy like CBS people are just like, what has Nerys ever done, like besides like being a whore on TV, like all this like nasty stuff about Nerys. And I like wrote back to one of the people that had this like long like rant about how like Nerys sucks and like America is like way better and more entertaining than Nerys. It was like Nerys in her first episode on the challenge did more than America did in 12. And like I like America. Like don't get me wrong, like I enjoy America quite a bit. Like I was happy to have her on the show, but let's not be crazy here. Nerys is way more entertaining than America was on the challenge.
And she didn't even say anything bad. She just said, like, I don't really have anything to say because she didn't really do that much.
Exactly. She didn't say anything bad. It's like people are like so obsessed with America, and like she seems cool. Like I liked her on Big Brother. I liked her on the challenge, but like, man, like her fans are just so crazy.
Yeah, so crazy. But what I want to know is what Fanta thinks about this final. Woo!
Oh boy. Well, I'm super happy that Olivia won. I think she's had a season. She's had an interesting season, and she wouldn't have won with Will. We know that much is true. Yeah, I'm happy about that. I'm sure you guys talked about this a bunch. The final was long.
I know.
And
Fanta had some technical difficulties watching the episode, and when she was going to start it again, I was like, "Just watch the end. Like it's like you don't really need to watch it." Was I wrong?
No, you weren't wrong. I was like, "How bad?" And I was like, "I don't want to miss any eating." They cut out my eating.
Oh, was there actually eating in it and they didn't show it, or they just didn't have it this season?
No, I don't think they had eating. Like this final, they didn't have any eating.
I've heard sometimes that they cut things out that we just don't see. So I thought you were saying that like they're supposed to have eating. Okay.
I don't know, but
I did not see the preview for the reunion, Matthew.
I didn't see the preview either.
I didn't see the preview either.
I went to fast forward it to the end to see like after the next commercial break. I did not. I just went to credits. So no, I have not seen the reunion.
Maybe they just didn't show it in Canada.
Probably.
Yeah, I think that's probably it.
Probably. How do you feel about Turbo being airlifted off the mountain?
I mean, we needed one dramatic component to the final, I suppose. Did the medic say he broke his hand or broke a finger?
It seems like he broke his hand, but I don't know if they just left that in just so Turbo looked like he was a bit more of like a man.
But
going up that mountain, broken hand, lungs capacity not too strong. Like,
can someone that saw the preview let us know, was Turbo at the reunion? Because when they were posting like pictures at the time, I didn't see Turbo there, and I feel like him not being there would really suck. So if anyone saw the preview, let us know if Turbo was there.
Gymnast says the eating portion will not be missed. I like the eating portion because it makes people have to dig deep.
I strongly disagree with that, and I hope that's not like foreshadowing the future of the challenge.
I don't know if you've seen the previews of the new Fear Factor. Have you seen that they're doing a reboot of the Fear Factor?
I have seen the review, and I've seen the trailers on TV, but I haven't really watched closely.
Okay, well, I did come decently close to being cast on that season, and I'm so happy that I'm not, because I would have to do all that nastiness for your benefit. Oh my gosh! Oh, when I saw like after, I was like, whew, like thank God I'm not
what? But now I'm upset that you're not going to be on it,
right? Because and it was supposed to be kind of like a Big Brother vibe where there was a little bit more strategy, and like you could be lying to people about what you're afraid of, so that they don't like force you to go do a certain challenge or whatnot. And so like there's a little bit more of a strategic element to it, apparently. But yeah, I made it through a few interviews there, and I actually really thought that I was going to get on it, but then I did not.
Well,
but
you
I'm
have
actually
to
thankful because like it looked so nasty.
You have to apply again.
Maybe.
Oh my God, I'm already like envisioning like Matthew, Michelle, and I logging on, and then us talking about every episode.
You'll have to give us the reins while you're.
Of course I would. Of course I would. If I got any show, like you guys would have the reins.
Oh my God!
You should do Squid Games.
I mean, I would do Squid Game as well. I don't really love that game. I think guys, I don't like chance, and there's so much chance involved in that it's just kind of boring. But if I got on, I would do it. Obviously.
Yeah, I guess the shitty part about that is like 50% of the people go home immediately, and it's like complete luck.
Yeah,
exactly. So
Oh my gosh, you have to apply again. I'm obsessed.
like you get to talk about all your fears and you tell them everything. I'm just like, oh my god, please don't bury me alive. I really don't.
I would just lie. I'd be like
It's hard
spiders.
to lie though that long.
I'd be like, spiders are like, they don't freak me out at all. But I would be like, don't put me in a coffin of snakes, because I wouldn't mind being in a coffin of snakes, but
I wouldn't mind being in a coffin of snakes. I wouldn't love being in like that box of cockroaches. Like snakes I can deal with. Cockroaches, no. Like rats and rodents, not so much.
What was on the promo that you were like, no?
It was like they basically filling up their head with cockroaches. Like it's just like, it's like
oh my
everywhere.
God.
Like, oh my God.
What's the pot? What's the prize pot?
To drink. I don't know, but it might be a lot. It might be $1 million. It might be a lot.
Okay, so they've really increased
real. This is not like the old Fear Factor where it's like one episode.
Oh, no, it's a reboot, Big Brother style.
So it's like this
living in a house together
the whole season. Right. And how do people get eliminated by not doing the task?
I think by not completing a task or something. Or maybe there's a vote out element or something like that. If you don't want so-and-so on your team, if it's a team thing. I'm not exactly sure the format. I feel like it was one of those things where they were basically getting us to create the format in the interviews, because we're like, well, how would you win? And it's like, well, how do you play? Like, I don't know. Like, so I don't know if they fully knew at the time when they were casting how the format was.
And it's with Johnny Knoxville as the host, right?
Correct. Yeah.
Oh my God. Okay. This is what I was like, what is this? My friend worked on this show.
Oh,
okay. I was like, is this the same one? My friend just finished working on this show.
Okay, well,
and she was like, it was very intense. She was like, I felt very bad for the contestants. And she was like, I don't know that I could do another season of that show.
Oh,
yeah.
Wow. Okay.
Ooh. Yeah. So she was crew, but she was like, it was very intense. She had never done reality TV before as crew. And she was like, it was just insane. She was like, I could not believe what I was seeing every day.
Huh. Okay, well, I'm happy that I didn't get on that then.
Now that filmed here.
Oh, it filmed in Vancouver.
Yeah.
Okay. Oh, yeah, because they did a lot of outdoor stuff. But anyways, let's go back to the challenge. We did just ask each other who was our MVP, male and female, for this season. So who were your top contenders, Fanta?
Oh my gosh. It's really hard not to pick anybody other than Yeremi and Olivia, I guess. Like,
we're talking about like MVP. Yeremi was like boring. I mean, if that's who you want, that's who you want. But
I guess if I think of the whole season, what did you guys? Don't tell me who you picked, but what did you guys base yours off of?
I think it was like all around, like from like confessionals, from hookups, from fights, from positioning. Like we did like kind of everything. Matthew, were we the same, or we just had the same top three?
I didn't really say one for the man yet. I think our women, more or less your number one woman was in my top three as well. So I kind of gave 3 men, 3 women. I have to think about one.
Okay. I'm kind of stuck with that too, because I think for sure Adrienne, I thought she was like such a star this season. And I'm like, I really am looking forward to her coming back and like seeing how her game progresses. Nani for sure, because she just brought a level of drama and hookups that we just like haven't really seen for a while. And then I would say Olivia. I think like she's had a season. I don't know, that's really tough. For the men, I would say Justin for sure. I think he had a really, really great season. I'm really looking forward to seeing him again.
Mm-hmm.
I would probably say, like, if I were to pick like a men's MVP, like number one, I would probably pick Justin.
Okay. Yeah, I only picked one, but I forgot about him at that moment. But like, I think you're right. I said Theo, even though he drove me crazy. I thought that he was pretty big shit disturber. I thought he had a lot of dramatic moments. He did go down 4 times. He did do his best. He was good, say 2 of the final. You know, so I had him at number 1, but I think I could shuffle him around with Will and with Justin. I think that they all had a lot of like starring moments this season, and I wouldn't be upset with any of them taking like the number 1 MVP spot. Maybe not Will, just because he's a little bit toxic, too negatively toxic. But like for the most part, I think those are the top 3 contenders for the men.
100%. Yeah.
Anyone we missed, Matthew?
No, I think those are the top contenders for sure. I would love to throw
Leo.
Ashley on there, but Ashley went home same time as Leo, a little too early. If she made it like a couple episodes longer, maybe. I definitely think Will like needs to be in the conversation just based on what he brought. Like
he brought a lot.
It was like a lot of negative content, but it made for riveting TV from the start.
I mean, the thing about it is like, yeah, okay, sure, it's, you know, it's negative, but it was fearless. Like that is just something where, you know, you can say in general about reality TV, but especially with a challenge where people are just being like really controlled and measured about their images. So to have somebody just be like, I don't care, like this is who I am, and I'm gonna do that. It's like, it just gives you like feelings of the old days, which is always like refreshing and appreciated. So yeah, Will was toxic, but I'm happy to have him back again.
Gabe, he left too early to really be part of the conversation, and he was too annoying. He wasn't smart enough for me to make him be an MVP. Like he basically got himself voted out of the game when he had no business being in the elimination. So yeah, can't be him.
I also am like, I'm just annoyed that we didn't get like, I don't know, I guess they just didn't think it was that important, but we didn't really get Gabe's full edit. Like and that really kind of impacts how you view the person's entire season. So to know that the entire house was annoyed and then we don't know why.
Yeah, it's a little bit strange that the producers didn't think it was important to share with us. Yeah. But what I think is important to share with us is the standings for the draft. Oh dear. Now, obviously mistakes could have been made, but I did my best to put in to ChatGPT all the stats each week. So whether it's fight points, whether they won the daily elimination, all that stuff, confessional points, MVP. I gave 5 points to someone stake to claim and won. I think it was 50, 35, and 25. I think I did for the final people. Everybody that made it to the final got 10 points. So I do have the overall standings here. And we would like to share this with the world. So unfortunately, Fanta, you did come up in 4th place here. ChatGPT did give you a medal saying the Better Luck Next Season award because you received 85 total points.
That sounds good. That's good, no?
I'm not doing much better. Because Fanta, you also didn't have anybody in the final, so right there you lost a bunch of points. I had 2 people in the final. Matthew had 2 people in the final. Michelle had 3 people in the final. So that right there really, helped with the points and didn't help you with your standings.
I lost weeks ago.
You did lose weeks. Well, you were never in front. Never in front. Me and you were fighting for the bottom, but I did eke out ahead of you by quite a bit. And I was given by ChatGPT the Underdog Spirit Award with 146 points. I had 2 finalists in Sydney and Yeremi. And ChatGPT says, I still fought through the chaos and scoring each week. So I get some resilience points, which was infinite.
Oh my gosh.
So the should have won the draft award goes to Team Matthew, who ended up the season with 350 points.
Wow.
ChatGPT says he literally had the fantasy MVP in Michaela and 2 top 6 players in Theo and Adrienne, and he still lost. Heartbreaking, but iconic is what ChatGPT says.
Hey, I mean, that's 3 potential MVPs right there. So I'll take it. Is this like Harry Potter, though, where I get bonus points at the end and they make Gryffindor win over Slytherin? Or Michelle gets the win?
She beat you by quite a bit, to be honest.
Oh, okay.
And then, so best overall team performance award goes to Michelle with 367 points.
Oh my god!
Wait, I think this is that. I think that's before the final scores. So these are. I did this before the final scores. So I'll tell you after again what the total scores are. So Michelle at 367 points, but this is all before we go into the finals. So 3 finalists, 3 players in the top 8. The number 2 scorer of the entire season, which was Nani, I believe, at this point had won by 17 points over Matthew. So then to update the final placement points, obviously Yeremi and Olivia get 50 points each. Second place, Turbo and Sydney, they each get 35. Third place, Michaela and Cedric, 25 points each. So that means that Michelle will end the season with 477 points because she received 110 from the final. Matthew leaves the season with 375 points, only getting 25 points for Michaela finishing in third. And then God save our team, me, I got 85 points from the finals, so ending with 231. And no finalists with Fanta. She still stays at 85 points here. So Team Michelle, I think this is her first fantasy team win. Michelle wins with 477 points. Michelle, I wish I knew how she felt. Yes, redemption.
Oh my gosh. I really thought I had something by picking Dee.
I mean, me too. I definitely thought that some of the people that I picked were going to do a lot better. I don't think we fully knew what the format was going to be like. It would have been, I think my team might have, or both of our teams would be a little bit stronger if they stayed in their partnerships. Them bouncing around, like it kind of just, it allowed a little bit more variance for like not doing well, going home, going out early and stuff like that. But, Matthew and Michelle both had really strong teams. Do you need to be reminded of who was on their team?
Yes.
Hold on, let me just pull that back up. Okay, so
what a disaster.
Not your best showing.
This is my worst draft ever.
Yeah,
I know that.
I think it's my worst draft too. Okay, so Fanta, your team was new Dee. Who dis? With Dee, Leka, Jake, Ben, Derrick C, Aviv, CT, and Naya. Matthew's team was Leonardo, Adrienne, Blue, Justin, Ashley, Michaela, Theo, and Derrick. Okay. God save our team was me with Izzy, Yeremi, Sydney, Gabe, Bananas, Cara Maria, Aneesa, Rogan. Oh my god!
I forgot about Izzy. Izzy was fun too. I'd like to see her back.
I'll see her back. But she went out so early.
Yeah,
she got me any points. She got me like 0 points. And Michelle's team was Cedric, America, Will, Tay, Olivia, Turbo, Nani, and Leroy.
I thought she was out of her mind. I was like, Michelle, not another season of this. Wow.
So yeah, there was a lot of like ChatGPT did a few like little like, you know, kind of recap what people had to like what happened in the season. But I had to say that it's kind of fun keeping ChatGPT in the know because it's like, oh, this person's doing quite well, and like, ooh, this person eked out, Matthew this episode. So it's kind of fun following along that way. So maybe I will do a better job with like keeping up with it throughout the season next time, and so I can share you all the ChatGPT's thoughts and opinions. Matthew, how do you feel? Second place, boo.
Yeah, I feel good, and I'll never go against my draft strategy, and I will always take the people I find the most entertaining. So if I can come in second place by taking the most entertaining people in my mind, I'll live with that forever. I don't need to win. I just need to have fun, and people like Ashley and Leo ensure that I have fun.
And you have someone to root for. I mean, I had Rogan, I had Aneesa, Bananas.
Like that'll never be me. Like you could leave Bananas to the last pick, and I still won't take him. And honestly, you know what? Bananas isn't that boring, but I don't want him on my team.
Yeah,
fair. I mean, I might have to be thinking strategically now, though. Who am I going to take from Matthew then? That might be the different way to play the draft. But any final thoughts from both of you from this season, and what you're hoping for next season?
I'm hoping for the same. I'm hoping for more or less the same. I thought this was a really good return to form for the show. I think that 42 they shouldn't stray too far from what we got here. I think they have a lot of young talent here. I think a lot of them should come back. My hope and expectation is that a lot of them will come back. I think we could use a bit of a revamped group of vets. But I think we're on the right track here. And I think this was a really, really strong season. And my hope is that 42 just stays the course.
Before you comment, Fanta, Bloody Money says the reunion shows Yeremi yelling at Ashley, and there's Michaela versus Olivia and CT versus Turbo. Fun. What's Yeremi yelling at Ashley for?
I didn't know he could yell.
I mean, once you have some money, I guess you get some pep in your step, huh? Get some bragging rights. Came in and won his first season. Yeah. But it was geared towards somebody that's a new threat to win. So
yeah. I echo everything that Matthew said. It was fun. I'm glad that it also was a season where it didn't go past December, Christmas, like into the new year. Like they had some good structure with that. And they just need to get eating back in the final. Once they do that, it'll be pretty good.
Pretty good. Well, I'd like to say thank you to both of you and Michelle, draft winner, for recapping this whole season. I mean, it definitely has been the most fun season in a while to recap. Every episode was fun, entertaining. I think I mentioned this before, but there was only like one or two duds of an episode, and they weren't even that big of a dud. Like I definitely had a great time with both of you and everybody here in the chat. So I really much appreciate you guys for hanging out with me and talking about a favorite show, because we got to keep it on the air. Like, what happens if it goes? This would be crazy. I can't have much of my life without the challenge.
It feels weird knowing they haven't filmed another season yet. Like, we might not get another season till the summer or next fall. It feels crazy because normally we end a season, we know that another season's already filmed, but the next season is not filming until they're not starting filming until March. So
someone just said February, but
I think end of February.
Yeah.
So, I mean, that's going to be done filming in April, and then it'll take a few months. So we're probably not getting Challenge until August.
Oh my God.
Maybe June at the earliest, but it feels weird. Definitely. I don't know what we're going to do.
I'm thinking about with the reunion, maybe watch both episodes and then do like a a final recap, talk about the reunion after the second week? I don't think we should need to do both weeks. What do you think?
I think that's.
I agree. I agree with that.
Yeah, so we'll do after the second week. We'll reconvene and talk about the whole reunion at some point after that, before Christmas, after it airs for sure. And we do get the traders in January, and I know both of you guys. Well, I know Fanta wants to talk at least a little bit about the traders. Matthew, are you into it or no?
Oh yeah, definitely U.S. traders for sure.
Okay, so yeah, we'll be back to talk about that season as well, which will be fun. I might convince Matthew to talk to me a little bit about The Bachelorette.
Oh, I am definitely in for that this season. So I could do Bachelorette. I mean, Love Island will be back. I could do any show. So don't lose my number just yet.
I have been watching Traders Canada, but I've been just too busy right now to be able to cover it. So unfortunately, I didn't do any coverage of the season. But it's been good so far. Not going the way that I would like it to go, but it's been entertaining. Have you been watching Fanta?
No, I haven't. But
it's a binge. Okay,
all people, like a bunch of people at work, are big reality show people. So there's one girl every lunch break. She's like, "Are you watching Traders Canada?" So I'm getting it from all angles.
Well, we know so many people on that season, so I want to hear what their thoughts are.
Yeah.
But anyways, until next year, I guess. If we don't see you guys, happy holidays, but hopefully we'll see you again when we talk about the reunion. Other than that, see you soon.